switched to these pink clips here because they match my pink shirt. And Sarah and Dylan are almost here. I'm just waiting for them. I know exactly what to do right now. It's monster time. It's like half slushy because I had it in the freezer section. It's actually kind of warm today, apparently. It's like -7. Oh my gosh. Hello. I was just about to put my little nubby socks on.
Wow. Hello, I can do this. Right.
There he is.
Yep.
You look very nice.
Thank you. Got myself all done up, you know.
I don't want to go into 2026 the same. I want to go into 2026 more prayed up, more on fire, more hungry. I want to go in knowing that I'm close with Jesus. I'm closer than I was last year. I want to go in knowing these things. And I want to be the individual that doesn't just touch it, but touches it. So Lord, I pray that you would deliver us from our fears. God, deliver your people from their fears.
Hey, no, be careful, buddy.
Oh, go get it. Go get it. Over here. Oh, you don't want it.
He's like, oh, water. Oh, he's so over.
It's good to see him, man. I haven't seen Jake in forever.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I love you. Here. Here. Oh, yes.
You went a few times recently, once for female and once for Oh. No more nuts, but you got a family.
Jeez.
It's
gonna go on my desk.
Desk?
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess
it's a
so.
computer now, right?
Yeah.
Together?
Yeah. Also Snorlax. Nah. It's shiny, keep it out. Honestly, I have no idea what's worth anything. If there's a trainer too,
He'll do
keep
it.
it.
Oh, yeah, right. I can do it.
There you
I
go.
took him a nail in there.
Shiny, we'll put it right there.
Alright. Full. $100 Snorlax.
$100 Snorlax?
Did you guys play the first game ever where you find that Snorlax? The Fire Red, you gotta use the little wand to go with the...
That's like Pikachu, Blastoise, like he's...
Bigger roll.
What do you got here?
There's something cool at the bottom.
Okay.
What do you got here?
We are back in the room. It's like 7 p.m. So I've been gone for 10 hours. Out and about. I think I might have one of my chickpeas right now. We got more. We got the blackened chicken Alfredo. But yeah, I'm gonna have a discount code to share with you guys pretty soon here. We're just in the works of getting that set up right now. And then you can experience the meals. There's so many options. I feel like there's like at least 100 different meals to choose from. Okay, so that wraps up my vlog of today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed filming it, sharing with you, and just doing what I was doing today, getting out of the hospital for the first time in almost 7 weeks. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'm really really happy to have shared that with you, and I just feel so blessed to be in the position that I'm in right now. Now, time for the second part of this video, which is the Q&A. See ya! Hello! It's so good to be back on the camera, be filming some content for you guys. The vlog was really fun. I was kind of nervous though, because it was my first time filming, using the camera, out in public, filming out in public, and just being personally out in public myself, as I've been cooped up in this hospital for pretty much 7 weeks now. It'll be 7 weeks tomorrow. So the first question just says, how are you? I'm really good. I'm just very happy today. Specifically, I'm just in a good mood. I'm feeling pretty. I kind of feel like alien vibes though with these clips, like it elongates my forehead, but whatever. We are gonna roll with it. It's a-okay. And yeah, I'm doing really great. Feeling really blessed, feeling really loved and supported. So we hit 100K yesterday, which is crazy. I'm still having, not a hard time, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole thing and how many of you there are that are supporting me and motivating me to just keep pushing through the hard times. Obviously, losing both of your legs above the knee is not ideal, especially being 23 years old, but we're rolling with it. That's what God's plan was for me. So as the days go on, we just keep unlocking new things that He has planned for me. And one of them was 100K followers on Instagram. So next question, tips for staying consistent. You are a powerhouse queen. Stay strong, girl. Thank you so much. Love you. And how do you stay consistent? Honestly, if you don't want it bad enough, you're not going to stay consistent. That's just, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If you don't want it bad enough, you're not going to stick to the plan. Whatever the plan is, you're not going to keep going. But don't aim for perfection. Aim for consistency, which means going to the gym 3 times a week, you know? Going to the gym when you don't want to go and just still finding a way to do it. Maybe you do half of your workout instead of the full thing, but you still made it to the gym on the day you didn't want to go. But genuinely, the biggest thing is sticking to the plan, not the mood. Don't follow the mood you're in, follow the plan, because the plan is what you wanted for yourself. And emotions feel so heavy in the moment, and they will drift you off of your path and off of the plan you want to be on. So follow the plan, not the mood. Those are probably my 2 biggest tips. Did you miss your feet, like painting toenails and toe rings? Okay, it's funny you say that, because I did have a toe ring on and I didn't even think about it until this question. When I was kind of browsing through them, I did ask my mom about it. I was like, did we get my toe ring back from my toe, or did that get like burned and like cremated with the rest of my legs? That's what they did with my legs. They put them to like biohazard and then they discarded them by cremating them. But no, I have not had any feelings of like missing foot care and giving myself a pedicure and whatnot, because I only like would pay for a pedicure once a year, and other than that I would not do like any foot care type things. So I'm kind of glad the feet are gone and it's one less thing to worry about. Same with my legs, and like I don't have to wax them anymore, because I'm a wax girl, not a shaver, because you know, like the skin gets so irritated from shaving, so I just went for waxing. Did the incident happen at work? Yes, it did. Yeah, simple question, simple answer. What would you tell yourself if you could prior to this change in your life? Honestly, I don't have any advice to the old me. Old me being prior to the accident. I think I've become, Perkins is here, so we'll answer this later. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, you look gorgeous.
Thank you. I did
you
myself
smell
up
good,
today.
too.
Oh, that's good. I hope I smell good. What would you tell yourself if you could prior to this change in your life? Honestly, nothing really comes to mind. I don't have much advice to myself, because I think I've been handling it well, going through it pretty well, and anything I could have told myself before wouldn't have made me handle this better in any department of the different areas of handling this. Like, this has made me mentally tougher. It has made my connections with my family stronger. Me and my boyfriend have never been closer, and I've made a lot of really good new friends. You know what? Okay. What I would tell myself is people are going to take advantage of you and take advantage of your story and what's going on and try and benefit off of it for themselves. And you're not going to see that right away. You're going to see that almost 2 months later. So that's the advice I would give myself, so that I wouldn't put myself in those situations to be taken advantage of without knowing I'm being taken advantage of. But we'll get into all of that in the future. I don't want to talk about that right now. Maybe in a few months down the road, we can get into that. What's something you wish people would stop saying, and what do you wish they would say? I wish people on Instagram would stop, like, flagging me as someone that might need help right now. Probably a good 8 times I've gotten a notification where, I click on whatnot. I click on the heart thing where the notifications are, and there's this screen. It's different, and it's like, someone thinks you need help right now. Here's some ways to get some support. And I'm like, what idiot is doing that? Because I'm fine. You know what I mean? I've been offered, like, therapy multiple times. A psychologist came to see me, and I'm like, I'm good, bro. I don't need your help. I'm chilling. Maybe down the road I might want therapy for something, but I'm doing good right now. So I wish people would stop doing that. That's not necessarily a saying thing. What's something I wish people would stop saying? I wish people on Instagram would stop saying, what happened to you? Like, in a reel that I'll post, the comments, there's like so many comments. What happened? What happened? Are you not, like, do you not click on the person's profile to, like, try and investigate and snoop and see what's going on? Because I was getting a lot of these questions, so I pinned the story time to my profile, and I even made the cover story time how I lost my legs, so that people would stop saying that. But no, there's still dumb people out there that comment, oh, what happened? What happened? Instead of just clicking on my profile and seeing that it's right there. That would take up less time than it would to comment what happened. But to each their own. Some people they don't get it. What do I wish they would say? I mean, we could go into, like, the doctors and the surgeons and, like, the nurses here. I wish they would say what's going to happen and when it's going to happen, and not leave me in the unknown all the time and making me have to advocate for myself to know what's happening to me and when it's happening. I wish all those different people weren't bullshitting me a lot of the time as well. It's been a little bit of a rough go here regarding my care, but with that being said, there's been a lot of amazing nurses and amazing doctors and whatever, but there's been a lot of bad ones too, and that's not something I'm going to get into right now. But in the future, I'm definitely going to want to touch base on my honest experience here at the hospital. How is Carter doing? I think he's doing really good. We haven't talked in a while, but last time we did talk, he mentioned that he did the fitness test for the RCMP and that he finished in the top percentile of the group, which, of course, I'm pretty sure we all would have seen that coming because he's fit and he takes care of his health and has a lot of determination and drive. I would say Carter's doing as good as he can, considering what's happened. I think he's finally back into the routine of going to the gym and being able to eat some food, because he lost a lot of weight at first because he couldn't eat, which, fair enough, neither could I. You kind of lose your appetite when you go through something traumatic like that. You can't quote me on how he's doing because I'm not him, and we haven't really talked super recently or in depth about how either of us are doing. I hope he's doing good though. Will you be able to eventually get prosthetics? Yes, I will. I'll probably have a few different types of prosthetics, and hopefully that's gonna happen pretty soon. Fingers crossed by January. I will make it to the rehab clinic and can get started on that process. Will you be able to walk normal like before with prosthetic legs? Because some individuals can't. I sure hope I can. I really hope I'm not like wobbling and like it's obvious that I don't have real legs, or I'm not normal looking when I walk. You know, when I have the prosthetic legs and like sweatpants or something over and shoes on, you're not gonna know. I might even get one pair that like, it looks like skin, it looks like real legs, but also, I don't know, I feel like I'd rather be half robot, you know, robo chick. I hope I can walk pretty normal. I feel like I'll be able to because I have all of the range of motion I did before, and I've kind of like pretended I've had prosthetic legs to like see what the moving would be like. But also, since my amputation happened above the knee, it's hard to know for sure because the knee is, you know, what makes that smooth movement of walking, and it depends on what kind of prosthetics I can get. In the future, you know, maybe 5 years down the line, if I get osseointegration surgery, which like, if this is your thigh, they put a metal rod into your femur, and then it also sticks out a little bit. And then you just like you attach different prosthetics to that. I don't know if that's the surgery I want to get. I was very against it at first, but now I've realized, you know, I'm 23 years old. I'm gonna need prosthetic legs for, you know, 60 to 80 years still, so it might be beneficial for me. But also then my nubbies won't ever just be my plain nubbies. They're gonna always have like a chunk of metal sticking out of them. You're gonna be along the road with me, seeing what's happening at rehab. You'll also see if I can walk normal, and you'll find out when I do. So we will figure that out later. Waffles or pancakes? I'm gonna have to go with pancakes. Don't hate me. Waffles are good, but I never find myself making waffles. I make pancakes more often. You know, but that's a tough one. I don't feel 100% confident in my pancakes answer, but I feel more confident saying pancakes than I do waffles. Let me know what your favorite is. Comment down below, guys. What's your favorite, pancakes or waffles? See, you know, YouTube. That's what they say. What is the mobility range of your nubbies? They have all the range of motion they had before. There's nothing that's lost. You can't see, but I'm moving them around right now, and they are great. So I have not lost any mobility at all. Have you given your nubbies names yet? No, I have not. And actually, that reminds me, I wanted your guys' help naming them. So if you have any name suggestions, at the end of this video, or right now, go drop those in the comments, and I'm going to read them all, and I will pick the best 2 names, and those will officially be my nubbies' names. Give me some suggestions, because naming my nubbies is kind of the last thing that's on my mind. It's not really a priority, but it is something I want to do, so I would love your help. What has been an unexpected adaptation you've had to make since your accident? Well, I feel like everything was unexpected. The only thing that kind of comes to mind is like doing an army crawl, but on my back and like scooching around on the bed. But now I'm able to like sit up like I am, scooch with my legs and my one arm and hand. I'm done using my broken arm right now because the arm hurts and my shoulder is all messed up actually. So I do not bear any weight on this arm as of right now. I'm waiting for an MRI to figure out what's going on. Are the nubs the same length? No, they're not. My left one is about 1 inch longer than the right one. They're not the same shape. They're not related. Your outlook is inspiring. What do you attribute it to? I would say half of it is just who I am, characteristics, personality traits that I hold, like being strong-willed, you know, I don't give up, and I'm a fighter, mentally tough. So half of it is just who I am, and that helped me have a positive outlook. And I've always been like a glass half full type of person, and this has made me a glass is overflowing type person, and it's just spreading to those around me. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I feel. So I firmly believe the other half of me having such a good outlook on the situation that happened to me was knowing that God has my path and it's nothing I have to worry about, and this was meant to be, so I've been okay with it. I never really had a time where I wasn't okay with what happened to me. You know, I've had some tough moments, but it wasn't, I felt sad and depressed at times, but I was still okay with what happened to me. How has Terry Fox inspired you? He has not. I have not thought about him once until reading this question. Do you know when you'll be going home? No, I do not. I don't know anything. None of us know anything about anything of this situation. Find out everything last minute. Plans get changed. There's miscommunication, misinformation being shared to us. I don't know. You'll probably know when I'm going home before I do. But we're having a meeting tomorrow with the AMP program at the rehab facility, so hopefully we get some answers. But after the hospital, I'm going to rehab, and then I get to go home, unless I need to come back here for more surgery and then be here for another month. Did you have a visit with your dog? Yes, I did. It was amazing. There's a little video of that experience on my Instagram if you want to check it out. And 2 days ago, I also got a day pass from the hospital, as you've seen in the vlog. So I got to see him again at home, and that was wonderful. I'm hopefully gonna get another day pass released tomorrow and get to go home and see him and my boyfriend and just spend the whole day with them, and I'm really looking forward to that because they are my family. You know, I obviously have my parents too, but I'm in that point of life where soon we'll be creating our own family, and we've already made a step with that, with getting Bano, our baby boy, our baby puppy dog. Are the nubbies both the same length? Do they both have different feels? So we already know they are not the same length, and yes, they do have different sensations. Usually when I feel pain, it's the right one that bothers me most of the time, but the left one, it will like kind of flare up and hurt. I haven't been having like phantom limb pains anymore, but when I was, they were different things on each leg and each foot, and the right one was typically worse. My right big toe, I could constantly feel, and even right now, I don't feel anything in my left leg that's missing, but just as I started talking about my right big toe, I can feel it now, and on like the underside of it, it's kind of warm and burning, but not painful burning. It's just like warm. How would you describe the sensation of moving your legs now? Sensation-wise, I'm moving them right now to try and figure that out. My hamstrings feel tighter, but there is, you know, like a 5-inch incision along the back of my legs on my hamstrings. So that could be the tightness I feel. Do you still plan on getting back at the gym after you fully recover? Yes, of course I do. I have the same goal as I did before, where I want to step on a bodybuilding stage, so I'm going to be getting to the gym as soon as I can. Are you resentful or upset with the person that did this? Will you ever choose to meet them? No, I'm not resentful or upset. I'm more so like dumbfounded, and like if I think about it, I just get heated because I'm like, how the fuck would you hit me? Like how did that happen? Just kind of like everyone's dumbfounded about how someone can even do that. But I'm not upset, I don't think, and I'm not resentful. I'm just like, are you stupid? Like, how do you manage to do that? No, I will never choose to meet this person. I really don't care. I don't care for him at all and do not want to meet him. Are you planning on keeping the red hair? I like the blonde details. Yes, I am. I've had some type of red hair, whether it's burgundy to ginger, over the past 4 years. But I did have like a little crisis where I dyed my hair back to brunette, and it turned out almost black. It was a lot darker than I wanted. And I cut bangs at the same time. I'm never doing that again. Never that dark of hair or bangs. I didn't love it, and I did that in, say, like, I think I did that like the very start of September, and then in like February I dyed it back to something like this. So I'm definitely keeping my hair this color for the foreseeable future. And thank you. I also like the blonde underneath. That is a newer thing. It's definitely been less than a year of having some blonde here. I might do a little bit more because it's only like a quarter of my hair that's blonde, and I might make it a third. We'll see. We will see what I do. But thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I also love the red and the blonde. How has this all affected your relationship mentally? I've been pretty okay myself. I've been fine mentally. There's been a few low points, but for the most part, it's just made me tougher and stronger mentally. So there's been only positives out of it, I would say. Because the low moments, they're only moments in time, and they go by. When I'm going through that, it feels like forever, and it's not going to end. But then an hour later, I'm happy and it's over. Besides Olympia, what is something you're excited to do as an amputee? Well, I don't know. I'm excited to just be a wife and a mother one day, because I'm going to be doing that as an amputee, I guess. Everything I do going forward is going to be as an amputee. And I'm excited for everything that I'm going to get to do once I'm living home again. So my answer is everything I'm excited for. Do you have a boyfriend? Yes, I do. I'm off the market. He's the love of my life. He is here right now on the bed. I have an audience, a live audience today. I'm a little nervous, honestly, but I'm kind of pretending he's not here, so I'm not anxious. I used to have really bad social anxiety, so even talking to the camera right now, I'm like, eye twitch, like nervy, and then having the love of my life here, I'm like, ooh, I don't want to mess up, you know? But yes, I have a boyfriend, and I will forever have him in my life, so you have to go find someone else. What inspired you to share your story? Well, it was my fitness Instagram account where I was sharing my journey to stepping on stage for bodybuilding, because that was a goal of mine, and I'm still going to do that. So I'm still sharing my journey. This is just a little bump in the road. So I wasn't going to stop posting on that account. So I just started posting, I just continued to post on there, and obviously people are going to want to know what happened and what my story is. I just shared it. I didn't have necessarily any inspiration to share it. I just did because I wanted to share it, and I wanted people to know what happened to me and to educate them on this situation, I guess. But there's nothing I can think of where I was like, oh yeah, that inspired me to share my story. I was just sharing it, and then getting more followers and people messaging me how inspired they am by me and my story just motivated me to keep posting about what's happening and give updates, I guess. I was going to do it regardless, even if I had just my 400 followers like I did on the day of the accident. Yeah, I never expected any of this to happen. I didn't think I'd be making a YouTube channel, and like yesterday I hit 100,000 followers on Instagram. I didn't think any of that was going to happen. I just sharing my story and what happened to me. What is your earliest memory post-accident? I was in the ICU, and I wasn't in a private room. It was, your bed, and then like maybe 2 feet beside your bed, and then curtains. And my dad and my nurse, I think, were in there at the time. And then my best friend and my boyfriend came in, and like I immediately just felt like just overwhelmed and overstimulated and like almost claustrophobic in that small space, because there was like so much noises happening in the ICU, like beeping sounds, breathing tubes, and people talking. And then obviously my best friend and my boyfriend I love a lot, so then like seeing them was just, I guess, overwhelming in a sense. I don't know why I felt the way I did then, but I do recall them coming in, and I kicked them out, and I was like, and I think I kicked my dad and the nurse out. I just know I was like, one at a time, like, too many people are in here, you know. I just remember that happening and feeling very, very overwhelmed about having that many people in my room at once. Did you ever consider doing motivational speaking? People told me, like, oh, that could be an outcome for you one day or something you do. It's not something, as of right now, I'm not gonna go out of my way to be a motivational speaker. There's a lot going on right now. That's not something I'm worried about. There's just other things that are a priority for me. But if opportunities come up in a few years for me to do that, sure, I would do it. Maybe. I'd have to see. I can't really speak on that right now, but I guess I have considered it. It's something that may happen, but there's no plans of it happening right now. How are you finding it having to adapt to your new reality? It's been pretty okay. You know, we're 7 weeks into this, and I'm pretty much fully adapted, but I think when I'm at rehab, there's going to be new adaptations, and then when I'm out of rehab and going home, there's going to be, again, new things that I have to figure out. But in regards to the hospital and living at the hospital, you know, it's been sort of rough, but it's also been okay. Like, since the start of me losing my legs and being competent enough to know that happened, I've been fine with it. So adapting to that and accepting that was never really an issue, but I did have to adapt to life at the hospital and figuring out how to, like, bathe and wash my face. What's your favorite type of burger? My dad's burgers. He makes the best burgers ever, so that's my favorite type of burger. And that might not be a very exciting answer, so I will elaborate onto my toppings. Starting with the bun, it must be toasted. If you don't toast your buns, we cannot be friends. That's just, you're bizarre. Like, who wants a warm, soft, soggy bun, you know? Toast the bun, mayo, ketchup, red onion, lettuce, sometimes tomato, but if I put tomato on my burger, I don't eat it with the entire burger. I'll do like a few bites to maybe half of the burger with a tomato, but usually not. I like tomatoes by themselves rather than on things. Do you still feel your legs? As of right now, 7 weeks after the accident, no. And I'm assuming you're talking about the legs that I lost. I'd say maybe 4 days ago is when I kind of stopped feeling random sensations in my legs, and maybe a couple of days to a week before that is when the phantom pains stopped. I haven't really had pains, like phantom pains in my lost legs that are no longer here in quite a while, which is a relief. I thought I was going to be feeling those for a very, very long time. In regards to my nubbies, I have feeling in them in most areas. The scars and the ends of my nubs that have been operated on, like the skin graft near the top of it, I don't really have sensation. Like, I can feel pressure, but not like pain. I would say the right one, I have a lot less feeling than the left one, except for where my femur is on the right one. But if this is like the incision, the femur's like up here, because, you know, like this is the incision on the right leg and the femur's here. And so I have sensation there, but along the incision, I don't have a lot of feeling, but I can feel pressure and know that something is touching it. It doesn't hurt. What church do you attend? As you saw in the vlog, I was just at church, and that was my first time going there. That was the Summit Edmonton, and prior to that, I went to Hope City Church, but I went to their evening service on Sunday nights for young adults. How are you planning to dress your nubbies once you're out and about? I'll just dress them how I have been, wearing shorts. If they're like short shorts, then I'll call those shorts. If they're like basketball shorts or long shorts like that, those are like pants. If I have my prosthetics on, I might wear pants, I might wear shorts. And then also the little slippers, the little nubby socks, nubby pants, nubby covers. I don't know, there's so many names you can call them, but I could also wear those. My niece made them for me, and as my legs, as my nubbies get less swollen, or if the other nubby socks stretch out, she's gonna make me new ones, and I'll take new measurements of my nubs for her. So those are a fun thing to wear, but I run really warm, and so wearing those kind of heats me up a little too much. How did you and your boyfriend meet? So like 2.5 years ago, I was going through on my main profile, not my fitness account, I was going through who I followed and unfollowing a whole bunch of people that I didn't care about. And then I was removing a whole bunch of people from following me that I didn't want them seeing my life. I didn't care for it, just like random people or whatnot. But when I was, when I was going through the people who followed me, I saw this guy and I was like, oh, he's cute. Like, who's he? So I clicked on his profile and I followed him, and then we were liking each other's stories for a little bit, and then he finally slid in my DMs and said that he liked the way I ate pizza because he saw this picture that I posted. So he saw this picture and he was like, I like the way that you eat pizza. And then the rest is history. So shoot your shot, slide in the DMs, you never know what's gonna happen. Are you considering osseointegration? That has been brought up. You know, it's probably not something that would even happen until 3 to 5 years down the line. I need my nubs to heal. When it first got brought up, it was a hard no for me. I did not want it at all. I'm very scared of the infection risk with that. However, it could also, I'm gonna have to see what it's like with the other prosthetics and experience that to see if there's issues. Then I'd rather just have something I can attach and detach from the ends of my nubs. The people who run the AMP program and the doctors there, they're gonna know what's best for me. So I'll definitely take into consideration what they think I should do. What are your worst days like? My worst days, I'm just going through a lot of pain, or I don't have a lot of visitors and I feel lonely mixed with getting a lot of pain. But like I've never had a worst day. I couldn't think of a date or what happened that was my worst day. I've had bad moments in days, but just pain, whether it's mental pain or physical pain, that's what my bad days are. Or the whole misinformation. In the past, in a different ward, right now I'm in the orthopedic ward. I was in the ICU, and then I was moved to orthopedic, and then I was moved over to plastic surgery. And when I was over in plastic surgery, there were a lot of very bad experiences, and there was a very bad day that I had. Kind of 2 days, because it was the evening, overnight, through into the next day. That was really bad. I had to call my boyfriend and tell him to come spend the night with me because I did not feel safe and I felt helpless, and I wasn't suicidal, but I wanted to die because it would take my pain away. And this pain, it wasn't my nubs, it was something else. But I'm gonna do a whole story time about my honest experience here at the hospital, and in that I will go into detail about what that experience was and why it was my worst day. But I don't want to get into that right now. That'll happen in a few months. or later. Have you ever seen the show Touched by an Angel? No, I have not, but maybe I'll look into that since you're recommending it. My bestie says, not a question. I love you though, bestie. I love you too. I know you're watching. Bestie. What is the end goal now, as in, are your dreams the same? Yep, I have the exact same dreams, the exact same life plan. The only thing is now I'm doing it without legs. What is the length of your femur bones and the prospect of walking with prosthetic legs? Yes, I'll be able to get prosthetics. The length of my femur bones, I don't know. I have not measured them, but my inseam, like the legs are uneven, but my inseams are like 6 to 8 inches maybe. So they're pretty short, but I also was under 5 feet before this happened. So I was a short human. So my thighs are pretty short, but I will still be able to get prosthetics. And if those don't end up working out for me because there's not enough leg, then osseointegration is the way I'm going to have to go, because I refuse to just be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. Have they taken the dressings off, and when are they going to turn you loose? My dressings have never been, like, I still have dressings on right now, but I used to have like tensor bandages and a whole like huge dressings that made my legs from this big to this big. The ends of my stumps. The left one has gauze and then Tegaderm on it. Tegaderm is like the second skin you get after a tattoo. And on the right one, I just have this like really big band-aid called Mepor over the incision, and then Tegaderm to keep it down, because the Mepor, the adhesive sucks and it doesn't stay on at all. Last question. Will it still be possible for you to train your legs to a degree? Yes, definitely. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna find ways to train my legs, whether that's with or without the prosthetics on. Yes, for sure. I've already seen some videos of a woman on Instagram in like a similar situation, nub-wise, as me, and she's posted some videos of how she trains her nubs, and I've saved those to a folder called Modified Workouts. So yes, I'm still going to be training the nubs. They're going to get strong. Well, thank you for watching. Hopefully you stuck out to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any content preferences or ideas for me to do in the future, just leave that in the comments. And the nubbies, remember to give me some nubby names down in the comments. You know the comment section is there, so if you have anything to say, just put it in there and I will see it. I'm definitely going to be reading all the comments as I do on Instagram. It's just so hard to keep up with them because there's so much love from you guys. I plan on being very active on here on the YouTube channel and doing more long form content like this. I think it's more fun as the viewer and being someone who's been inspired by my journey and wants to stick along for the ride, because I'm going to be sharing the whole rehab experience and learning how to walk again. Once I'm done that, I'm going to be sharing the gym and how I'm getting, the whole road to getting back on stage. I'll be sharing all of that, and it's hard to put that in a little reel on Instagram, so I'll definitely be sharing all of the good stuff here on YouTube. So, yeah, okay, we are out. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.